MiniWarGaming's Beat Map Batrep!
Welcome back to part 2 of this Beat Map Batrep, Khador vs. Trollblood Warmachine and Hordes battle report. We're going into Khador Turn 2. So now it's time for me to move up and try to just occupy the middle as much as possible and do as much damage as possible. It's going to be tough, but let's see what we can do. First off, the Kobnik guy gives the prayer that gives the guys reroll to their attacks, and then he actually shoots and manages to kill one of the sluggers. It was a really good shot, rolled really well, so that was very lucky of me. Then I got my Winter Guard moving up. We're going to do 2 combined shots. The first one misses, but I do get rerolls because of the... sorry, it's not a prayer. I'm thinking of the Menoth. It's a speech. But fails to do any damage. The second one rolls to hit, and the reason I'm rolling 3 is because he has his feet on right now, which makes me roll an extra die and discard the highest. And I hit him, but failed again to do any damage. So the Winter Guard did absolutely nothing. Then I cast Iron Flesh on the Man of Wars and then ran forward. We have superiority still on this jack, so it manages to charge forward and do some major damage. I forgot the extra die because it was boosted. Major damage with its first attack because it's reach, and it gets +2 to its charge attack roll because it has that special rule for its lance. And almost kill that troll within 1 solid hit. Spend a focus to do a second attack, manage to hit, and don't do nearly as much damage. It's only dice +1. And I think that leaves him with 1 box. So I have 1 more focus to hit him with, and I get him and kill him. But I do get corrosive damage on me because that's just the rule with the slag troll. And then the Kodiak and the Juggernaut run forward. The Kodiak, of course, using the cover because he has Pathfinder, so he'll be able to charge out of there. Because now he's going to start to dish out the pain. Let's see if I can survive this. So the wall expires. He reaves in all the different fury from all the different beasts. And now he's casting... Oh, no, sorry. Now he's using his feet. So why did I have 3 dice? Maybe it's something else. Oh, yeah, it was a spell. Sorry, he had a spell on that did that. Not his feet. No, his feet lets him reroll his 1s and 2s. That is correct. Now his Dire Troll Blitzer charges in. He does something a little strange. He charges in and keeps his back to my Juggernaut because he really wants to kill the Spriggan. And he also wants to get into the middle. And so he charges in. He gets it's a rear attack, so I don't get my shield bonus. And he also gets +2 to his rolls. And so he's going to be able to do lots of damage here. So he manages to hit a second time and does a decent amount of damage. And I think these are... Yeah, these are just from his hits. Now we're doing the actual shots from the guns, I believe. And so these aren't going to do too much damage, but he rolls pretty high for the first one. And he gets D3 attacks at the guns, and he managed to get 3 this time. And rolling pretty well for the damage. Luckily, my high armor will save me a little bit there. Wish I had more armor at this point. But what are you going to do? And he manages to do even more damage with the other gun. So you can see that the Spriggan is majorly hurt. Now he's using Fury to do his extra attacks. And really whiffs the damage there, but he gets to reroll 1s and 2s because of the feet, so thankfully that's a lot higher for him. He's disabled both the right and the left arm. Now he's going to force him for another attack, and I believe that's a hit. He gets to reroll the 2s. That's why it's a hit, because I think the 4 would have actually still been a miss, because I have superiority, which gives me +2 defense. But I don't remember exactly the numbers there. Then he forces him, definitely gets a hit, and does a solid amount of damage and destroys him. That's our wreck marker for today. Then the Pirate Troll moves up and tosses an AoE into the Winter Guard. Actually manages to hit, that's right, because he gets to reroll. So the middle one dies automatically, and the other 2 take blast damage. The first one fails to do any damage, even with the reroll. The second one does manage to kill the other Winter Guard. So he's done some major damage there, and they have corrosive, or sorry, that's ongoing fire. We just didn't have the right token. Then Janessa moves over, puts the wall down to protect his caster, and then the Storm Troll fires at the Winter Guard, and doesn't need to reroll that to hit, but manages to kill one. Or sorry, no, he was firing at the Kodiak and rolls double 6 and manages to fill 4 attacks, and then it bounces off and hits the nearby Winter Guard and kills him quite badly, and then it bounces off and hits the other one and kills it as well, and bounces off and hits the Man of War and actually manages to do 1 point of damage. Then the Sluggers get to attack. They get D3 attacks each if they stand still, and they decide to do that. So the first one gets 2 attacks, second one gets 3, the third one gets only 1, and the fourth one gets 3. Now the one on the very end is outside of the spell of the feet range, so he doesn't get to reroll 1s and 2s, but he rolls a nice hit, and he manages to kill or do a lot of damage to one of them anyway, so that's 7 out of 8 of his damage. But he gets a second shot, which misses. Because they have Iron Flesh, they have defense of 14 right now. But these guys did stand still, so they do get +2 to their attack. Then the second one takes his first shot and finishes off that Man of War. Takes his second shot, and it gets to reroll 2s as well, and still does 7 points of damage. Then he does his last shot and gets to reroll that and manages a hit and finishes off that Man of War. So my Man of War are really taking it, but it's at the expense of him having to stay back. So we'll see how that works out for him. The next one fires his one shot and manages to do a decent amount of damage. Does looks like 4 points of damage, and then the other one gets 3 shots. Hits with this first one. Actually, no, he misses with that, but he gets to reroll the 1 and hits. And he gets to reroll 1s, thankfully, for his damage, but still only gets 2 and a 3. So this guy actually absorbed more than 1 shot worth of damage. And he gets to fire again, does a good amount, or he does a solid hit and kills it. And then fires its last shot at the other guy, who's already damaged a little bit, and does not manage to kill him. So my Man of Wars have taken serious damage, so unfortunately all they've served to do is soak up damage, which it would have been better if they were shock troopers that soak up damage. Then his Rune Shaper runs up to get into the center to contest it, and then he starts to fire some spells, kills one, and then fires another one at the Juggernaut. Misses. It's a blast though, and this could really go bad for him. And it scatters and hits nothing. And then his other guy gets to shoot. Sorry, he didn't run up, he just advanced. And does he manage to kill him? Oh, he does. So there goes my entire Man of War group in one round, just like that. So end of round 2, not looking too good for the Khador. Lost a Spriggan, lost all my Man of War. But here's the problem. We measured the center area, which is 8 inches, and only the Rune Shaper is completely within. So he's the only one that's contesting. So really all I had to do is kill the Rune Shaper, and I win the game. So when we realized that, it was a little anticlimactic because, you know, he thought he had moved his troll up far enough, but it was actually a good inch too far back. And so that is something he had forgotten to calculate when he was charging forward. That's why he had charged forward and kept his back. So I put some focus on my my jacks, put superiority on the Kodiak just in case my guys can't do it. Use my feet, which is completely useless at this point because it only affects warrior models. And then I take a shot at his Rune Shaper guy in the middle and manage to do some damage to him. And then the Juggernaut turns and starts to swipe at his Dire Troll Blitzer, just because I want to get him back anyways. And does a good amount of damage. He is a Juggernaut after all. That was just his fist. Now he's going to do his axe, which he should have done first, because if he gets critical, then he freezes him in place. And does a good amount of damage with that. Now the axe, no doubt, is power 9 or power plus strength 19. And then he uses his one focus and fails to hit. So the Dire Troll Blitzer survives, and then Kobnik Buddy Dude comes over and takes a shot and hits him, and he kills him, and he fails his tough roll, which actually right there I think signifies the end of the game. But I thought, hey, we want to see what happens with the Kodiak. So the Kodiak moves over and hits the Dire Troll. He's got 3 focus on him. So his first swipe hits. He has superiority on him, so he has +2 to his mat. That's why that's still a hit. And he does a good amount of damage there, killing the Dire Troll Blitzer. And that signifies the end. The War Dog runs up going, rah, 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 I want to be in this game. And we're happy. Khador finally wins against trolls. And there goes his caster.
So I finally beat trolls.
You've done it.
Oh,
Congratulations, comrade.
it's too bad that it's because he forgot about the scenario.
I didn't really forget. Like, I ran a Rune Shaper up there. You know, I went to get it. It's just, I was a little bit too neglectful of it, I think. I should have ran a few more guys up there.
Yeah, but you have to admit, it was a little anticlimactic when I realized I just have to kill that one guy and I win. And we're like, oh.
It's the complete with it. I had 2 guys that were like my Pyre and my Blitzer, but you killed the Blitzer anyways. You probably could have killed the Pyre with the Kodiak if you wanted to. But that was, you know, all my. Yeah,
because I didn't. Well, we'll talk more about this in the post-game show. But Khador victory. It was a great game.
Awesome game.
Sorry you don't get any prizes this time.
You know, you're gonna go 1 week without some prizes.
Yeah, I think you're like, you could like make a living off of just coming in here and beating us at Warmachine.
Yeah.
And just start selling this stuff on eBay or something, right?
I grind it up and feed it to my kids.
Yeah. Well, the troll bits, they probably taste good. Khador is not so well, there's too much metal. Anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this battle report. Stay tuned for more Warmachine and Hordes battle reports and other battle reports, of course. And if you're interested in the army, the Khador army that you saw, at least at the time of making this video, it was not yet sold. So go check out Blue Table Painting. They have basically a web store where they sell all their trade-in armies, their used armies, the second-hand armies, so it's a really good way to get an army for cheap. Like, I think this one is 78 points, and it's $650, which when you actually add up.
Yeah, and your opponents will really appreciate you putting down like a painted army. Some people don't do it, so if you don't have the time, some people are like, I don't have time, I don't like painting. Invest and get a really awesome painted army like that and put them on the table. Like, they look incredible.
Yeah, and if you were to like commission that, it would cost at least twice as much, I would say, probably even more, to get all that painted. Because there's a lot of guys. So you only saw 35 points of the 78, and there's 4 casters and all that. Anyways, enough of the commercial there. You can go check out their site and get all the details. Well, wait, there's more. They beat trolls. They're a blessed. Maybe, they're a blessed army. No, they're not 650. They're 950.
It just went up. Yeah.
Send 650 to Blue Table Painting and the other 300 to me.
I think you're gonna buy them now.
I know. I was like, wait, I want these. You can't have them. No. Anyway, so stay tuned for more battle reports, and don't forget, if you want to challenge us, go to miniwargaming.com/challenge. Happy wargaming.